What's up? This is Frater Claris from Pulsus Furor and you're watching Antichrist magazine. Pulsus Furor is a one-man do-it-yourself project playing fast-paced and straightforward, in-your-face blackened death metal the melodic way, not necessarily trying to create anything new at all or to be overly artistic or like the most extreme band ever, putting the focus on songwriting with melodies, hooks and solos. I create everything for my own in first place, out of my own need and from a fan perspective. The band name is Latin and can be translated to the pulse of fury or driven by fury, which is meant to underline the musical expression of the band. I actually chose Latin to emphasize on the black metal part in the mixture. Initially I wanted to release a demo back in 2012 already, but simply could not make it happen for several reasons, so it wasn't until this year, 21, when I upgraded my home studio and wanted to put it into full effect by re-recording those nearly 10-year-old songs that I had. Ironically, I ended up scrapping them all together except Lured Into Life, which stayed pretty much in its original form. Actually, the hiatus was very beneficial for the material as I have grown very much as a player, songwriter, producer and everything myself. So in the end, I'm very happy the way Into the Custody of Hell turned out now. The lyrics are straightforward devil worship. Actually, I put a lot of effort into making them catchy and well-flowing. I'm not that interested in educating people about Ein Sof or writing stuff in Hebrew. There are some deeper thoughts to the lyrics, but I want everybody to understand, no matter the native language, and to sing about Satan the whole day. The cover is an acrylic painting that I did myself. I grew up with painted metal covers from Derek Riggs or Necrolord or Chris Fairwind, and I really like the approach and the feeling it gives. Not a big fan of those Photoshop covers. I'm doing this professionally for about 20 years myself, so I wanted to go the full analog way. Also went for a colorful cover to contrast from the woodcut style covers that are around in plenty right now and to make my demo stick out. The picture itself shows a devil-like creature collecting souls in a chalice of some sort in hell. And it's also a take on one of my favorite albums ever, The Number of the Beast. Concerning labels, I think it's a matter of how much you're actually able to do on your own. Music is quite expensive. You have to come up with a lot of money for recording costs, artworks, promo. Maybe you want to go on tour, need support for that. If you're doing everything on your own, you have to maintain quite good quality control and really be watchful not to release every bullshit you have. With Pulsus Furor, I think I am able to maintain quite a good quality and I'm quite satisfied. So not really actively looking for labels, open for negotiations though. Yeah, I got into music around 84. One day I was watching Mosh with Sabrina Klaassen along with my mom, as I had metal parents. My dad was also a gigging metal drummer. I was growing up between rehearsal spaces and backstages. Neighbors to my dad at the rehearsal space were Gamma Ray, and Michael Kiske from Halloween was also a home visitor to us. I spent the nights along with my dad and his buddies home taping down the new releases of Metal Church and Overkill and Black Sabbath. I got big time into Manowar around 88. Followed the metal evolution, so to speak, across Pantera and death metal to black metal ultimately, when I also started to pick up the guitar around 96, which I actually learned by Sepultura's Chaos AD. I never wanted to pick up the drums like my dad as a hobby, although he learned them to me around age 8 or 9 or so. So I'm able to play and I understand how it works, but it's not my hobby. I wanted to play guitar. In 98 I started to produce music myself digitally with DAWs, as I never wanted to record in the analog way. I would appreciate if the music industry would care about actual musical entertainment again, not signing bands that are already successful or bands that sound close to other successful bands. Well, I'm not the kind of guy who's living in the past, so I always try to check out new bands. I think the latest Necrophobic was very good, pretty much the best since Death to All. I think it's a very hard time for professional musicians and the whole live entertainment industry, not necessarily for bands like Darkthrone, but also the big time studios are suffering. I think it was Capitol who were actually able to perform maintenance on the old desk for the first time ever, because normally they are completely booked out. Yes, we got the Ripper Barn actually. The local music scene is quite diverse. We have lots of clubs there and you're able to switch like 15 different genres in 2 or 3 hours there. Despite that, I think the biggest scenes are listening to German gangster rap or electronic music. Concerning Karl Hagenbeck, the founder of the local zoo, he has gotten not so much of a good reputation lately, as he has exposed actual humans 100 years ago there. I myself think the zoo is very small and close to animal cruelty. Despite being a Satanist, I really despise animal cruelty. Yeah, now the beast is alive and I would like to state no return. Pulsus Furor will continue to put out stuff. As I said, it's for my own needs. Absolutely thankful for all supporters of the first demo and the cause of Pulsus Furor. Thank you very much, big time. Also, thanks for having me. Thanks for watching this interview. Support antichristmagazine.com. Follow Pulsus Furor is on Bandcamp, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Thanks for having me. Hail Satan. See you.